Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We're in Switzerland, obviously, and to the south of Interlaken. We're looking at one of our early truck runs, where we are delivering stone and construction materials. I don't know where these construction materials go now. I think it's Spitz. That's what I'm saying. It's a bit of a journey, and we're going to be changing the landscape today quite a lot. Where those trees are in front of us, that's going to be a big freight station, train station. You can see the steelworks there just to the left, and in front of us is our construction material factory. Eventually we're going to have a shunter delivering the stone here, but today's all about that coal train and getting another money earner for us. Before we get going, a huge thank you to all of you who have subscribed to this channel and me over the couple of years we've been doing this. We've reached yet another milestone this year. This time 7,000, over 7,000. Soon I'm going to be able to say 9,000 maybe. The memes are real. Anyway, is it memes or memes? Memes, right? Yeah, I'm too old. But, so I do want to thank you all for that and subscribing. Many of you know, I would have been grateful for 100 viewers back in the day when I started this. It was just a bit of fun. And it's turned into something quite different. Still fun. But I have to take it a little seriously now with such an audience. An audience I'm eternally grateful for. And a big thank you to everyone over in the community section of the channel for your kind words and support. I know you were advised, and most of you advised me to take my time and come back when you're ready. However, well, I really wanted to get in and build this and get back to some sort of normality and everyday life. If you don't know, we had some serious storm damage in the gut. Well, not too serious. It blew down some trees, some structures were somewhat destroyed, but our houses are fine, except for the roof, which got fixed yesterday. And yeah, I don't know what it was. It looked something equivalent to a small EF0 tornado plowed through the yard. It could have been just really high straight line winds, 70 mile an hour plus, but yes, lots of repair work was done yesterday. I'm exhausted, but the major stuff has been fixed. The important things, no one was hurt as far as I know, so there we go. We were fortunate. Anyway, yes, today I don't want to waffle on about that. Let's get back to normal. What are we doing? We're going to build us a freight station. Should we bring up the UI, see what the state of play is with our funds? Well, we've got a lot, haven't we? Nearly 20 million in the bank. That's changed a bit. Let's zoom out. There we go. There's our lovely map. And over here is where we were building the starts of our coal run. Now, this train, what I'm hoping to do with it is make it absolutely monstrous. I'm thinking this early on, what we in, 1926. We're going to aim for somewhere around the half a kilometre size train eventually. We won't be able to afford it at the beginning, but we'll get there, providing it's going to make us profit. I mean, it's a bit of a safe bet, as they'll accept everything we throw at them. As far as I know, and from previous experience, that's how that will go in Transport Fever 2. So this is where we're going to be building our lovely freight area, and it's going to service both of these. We're going to have to do some adjusting, so we're going to pause this because our trucks are not going to be happy, as we need to fit in our rail line, which means all of this has to go temporarily, and then we'll fit it around and make it look like it was all built to be that way, which I guess it will be, wouldn't it, if we're doing it? And we're going to need a lot of room. I never liked this junction anyway, so we can redo that finally. Make sure we're catching all the trucks. I think that's far enough back, and we'll take that back a little bit. There we go. Small fortune spent already. All we've done is delete a few roads. Okay, let's get us a massive, a big freight station in. Do we want to put catenary on? Yes, I say yes. I think eventually we'll have catenary on here. 4? I'm going to say yeah, I'm going to say 3. We're going to do something with the 4th one. No, yes, 4's good. 4's good. We're going to need coal and iron, steel. Yes, I am counting on my fingers. We're going to need the stone shunting line, and we're probably going to deliver construction materials to Spitz from here, as there will be a passenger line coming into Interlaken, so we could probably utilize that at the risk of making the residents of Interlaken miserable. If we can encourage them to move the other side of the river, though, that would be kind of nice. Right, let's get this in. I would like to keep it raised. The reason being, we could have some fancy bridge work going for the road. I think it's an actual road. Yeah, it goes all the way up to Brienz there. So we can have a bridge over that, and it would just add a bit of character to it. We're going to keep it somewhere like that. We're not done though. We're going to detail this up and make it look the part. We need our stone shunting line, which is going to be in here somewhere. Well, it's going to be right there. And it's going to be shorter. I don't think we need that as long. And that just adds a bit to it, doesn't it? We're also going to need a platform, or a couple of platforms out here. I don't mind it being asymmetrical. And then we'll put some buildings on so that we've got a connection this side to connect to there, or to guarantee that we can connect to there. It doesn't leave us much room, does it? I should have maybe gone across a bit more. If we do it now, well, could we make that work? I think it's a bit close. We're going to need to fit the main road down there. Yeah, let's redo that. Oh no, don't delete sections. Just delete the whole thing. We get a huge refund, not a full refund. Hey, it's the price of of getting it wrong. There we go. Can we get into the side of the mountain a bit more? Let's get back into here and do what we were doing before. That is, get these tracks in, and we'll stick the platforms on so that we're... Is that enough? I'm going to go one more. And we'll get a couple of platforms on this side. They could technically be passenger platforms. I mean, if people were working here, it would be kind of cool. There are mods for that, or there used to be in Transport Fever, so I'm surprised they never brought it into the game. Anyway, cargo buildings is what we need. We'll have a big one in the middle with a couple of little warehouses either side, and then we can have one of these in the middle. Oh, look at that, it fits. I was kind of hoping it would, but that makes it look a bit better, doesn't it? Like it's busy. I mean, we could do with something on this side just to make it look built up like it's a big industrial area. That's all we're doing with these. I don't think they serve any other purpose. We can have a couple of warehouses down there, and then maybe another big building this side. Again, with the asymmetry, but it's fine. That looks alright, doesn't it? I like that. It looks like a big warehouse there. Yeah, perfect. I mean, it would be kind of busy, wouldn't it? It would be very busy. Now, these are just access roads that we're going to have up here. And we don't need them to be anything special. We don't need them one way or anything. And if we link there, keep that flat. There we go. We've got our little access roads. And it doesn't matter if they're not purely straight. They're just access roads. Although that does make me feel a little uncomfortable. You know what? Do it properly. If you're going to do it, Gran, just do it properly. Just make some sort of effort. There we go. Is that kind of straight? I mean, close enough. That's better, isn't it? It's a little smoother. Can we get this one doing something similar? I hope so. Oh, that's... I mean, it's a bit wonky, but not as bad as it was before. Go on. One more go, and then you just going in because close as. It's not really going to matter, is it? There we go. If we just smooth that out, it probably won't look so terrible. I'm gonna say I might just tarmac the front anyway. Or asphalt it. Yes. There we go. There we go. That should work. We're going to need our main road coming down here. I would probably prefer it to be straight or flat and straight. So we've got an edge to work with there. We also need to keep one thought on how we're going to get up to the city up there that I can never remember how to pronounce. And we are probably going to follow that road in some fashion. However, going around the back would probably benefit us more than going around the front. So far, so good. I don't mind this slopey thing. I don't know how it'll look if we just smooth it out a touch. It's not too bad. It could be better. Maybe we could get another road next to these. No. Ooh, we could maybe use a track just to make a bit of an edge. There's retaining walls we could use to hide it as well. Let's get the infrastructure in, and then we can detail around the infrastructure. That's probably a better idea. Now then, this section, we're going to take this road round and then under the tracks. That's my plan. Do we want it? Oh, you could use curvy though. Do we want it to be a main road? I think we probably do. Yeah, a main road seems like a good idea, considering it connects to another city. We'll make it curve down and then go under our tracks here, hopefully. I mean, it's kind of nice to snake down here anyway, because we've got some serious elevation change. And then we don't need to. We can probably go straight and flat to give us a bit of a runoff. Right, can we get the tracks over here? We're not going to be dealing with these just yet. We don't want it as ballast though. We do actually want to do that. Okay, possible. I think we've left us enough room. I do feel like we'll probably have, I think we will have, electrification out here. It's a bit tall, isn't it? I think I overestimated how high that was. Or underestimated, perhaps. Not overestimated. That's amazing. We probably don't need to be as aggressive going down here. Although we have come down, haven't we, to almost level with where the road needs to be anyway. So, yeah. It's going to be a main line, this. We're going to be connecting. I guess some sort of iron bridge might look alright. I'm really surprised at how much height we've got there. Let's just do that then. We'll go straight down with these bridges. Now this one, I was thinking, you want to keep it straight is what you were thinking first. We could have this as an old arch bridge, as though the station had expanded through time. So once upon a time it was an old arch stone bridge, and then they expanded it and added a modern bridge. And then we can how high are we? We're really high, aren't we? Goodness me. Yeah, we're gonna have to just keep coming down like that. This should be able to go in there. That's what I'm thinking. Does it look okay? That's the question. It's not too bad. We could probably not come down as aggressive with that road. Let's try. Since we can get a refund. Yeah, it didn't need to be that tall at all, did it? That low, I should say. The question is, can we still get around there? Let's go down. Oh, no. Well, I mean, maybe. We could maybe get this to work. Because I would like it to be... We might need to go down a bit more there. I'd like it to be a little closer to the bridges. There we go. That's better, isn't it? It looks more like it should be there now. I mean, it's rough, but I've seen worse roads in real life. Then we can keep that bit straight. Bring up some of the ground around it. Beautiful. Yeah, needless smoothing. Not required. We should just leave it alone. Do it afterwards. As I keep doing it. Can't help yourself, man. Okay, this is going to give us our connection, I believe, into Interlaken. To the passenger line. It's steep, but it's where our... Which train's going to be doing that? It's more than likely going to be our iron train from up here. In fact, we could maybe come along there and have a passenger line running into Oberhofen. That's a possibility. And then we could cross over. Either way, at some point we might be utilising the main line through into Spitz there and up to Thun. Anyway, we will deal with that when we're actually working on that. So we're up to this end This is going to be, this one here will be our coal line. That's the one we're working on. I feel like a little bridge over the train track here would be cool. Maybe we're just too high. Unnecessarily high. I feel like now we have to make it work though. Because I've done it. Although saying that, could we come round? Okay, this is going to be the coal line. If we keep like along the mountainside a little bit up and have the main road, we can go across it there, and this can go across this and then join in. That would be scenic, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I forgot to, well, you don't want it on curvy for this, but I did forget. Now you want it on curvy. You go into there. Actually, no, run by the side of it. This can be the double tracking section. This won't be used, all of this won't be used to continue through, as they're going to be turning around and heading back out that way, except for steel, right? Steel needs to head there. Yeah, we need to take that up to the machine factory, so that will be utilizing this line, and we'll need a separate place. Right, yes, think ahead. So we can have a little runoff for our stone shunter, and these two will be mainline freight. This is depot access, so it doesn't need to be that amazing. Just branch off into the station, and more smoothing had to be done. We're all sorts of official episoding today. Yes, we are. Right. Okay, so we've got our main road. We've got our connection here. Currently, we're not connected to anything, but that will change very shortly. We're spending a small fortune. What we should do is hook that up. I would say we need to come out a little bit further to allow for this road to connect into it and to make some sort of snazzy bridge. If we keep straight and flat with that, we might... Oh no. See what I did there? I trapped that truck. Ooh, there's a tongue twister. Trap that truck. Or a quiz show. Right, anyway. Not how that's supposed to be. That's fine. Right, get that over there. Do we have enough room? You don't want tracks yet. To get over the top of this road. I think so. We're going to come across the top and then by the side of it. That's my plan. And this is the main one, isn't it? So if we can make this into a bridge, I'll be all sorts of happy. Oh, come on. Really? You're not... I would say you've got more than enough room there. You just don't want a bridge when I say. If we delete that back, will you bridge? Will it bridge? That's another game show. What I've learned here today is that I'm terrible at thinking up game shows. If we get the flattening tool, we make us a little trench. It's not really a trench. Well, yes, it's a trench. Then perhaps it'll encourage the bridge to put its feet down. Or not. Ooh, come on, I would love you to be a bridge there. There's only one thing for it. Terraforming. Well, this is pricey, isn't it? I don't want to hit play. Once we've connected our other money earner up, I can hit play and then we can continue to bring in the profit while we're building this. If we go down, will that be enough? Oh, there we go. We could just take that down and then use this to flatten out a small section in here. All I'm trying to do is encourage it to put its feet down. There we go. There we go. That's better. And now it just wants to make a bridge forever. This is... How much room do we have? Because we're going to have a massive train, aren't we? So this, which is our shunting line, is going to come across there. We're going to make use of a double slip switch for our shunting line. And it also gives a crossover point for both steel and... Oh no, it doesn't give a crossover for both of them, does it? Just one. So we'd have to have another little section here, and that gives us like a diamond-ish, but staggered. Yes, that works. So we've got up to this point for length of trains. Will that be enough? It's a lot. We could always extend the platform out this way and make it track to give us a bit more room. We've got this nice little run up here. That we don't need to cross for these two. We do need to make crossovers for those two. Although we could double double slip switch there. So far, so good. Now, can we get this road underneath? If we can, it's beautiful. And it doesn't even need to be, it doesn't need to be that high either, does it? If we curve that round a touch, put that in, we're in, guys, we're in. And then we can bring that round like that, and it should be, oh, it's lovely. No, we can't hit play. You know why? We have no connection up here. We are connecting to this road. Let's put it straight so we can make a T-junction. Straight and straight. We've got a nice T-junction there. Get rid of that section and then we can blend it in a lot smoother. I don't mind us... Oh, that's brains. I don't mind us using city roads for this. It wouldn't be a bad transition. Oh, you still got it on curve, straight, the opposite to curvy. There we go. And while we're here, you guys can have a new road there. Okay. It's not looking bad. Country roads, and you want curvy. Oh, let's give us a bit of a T-junction-y section here. We want to continue to be straight, flat and straight. And then we can come in like that, hopefully. Yep, just a little drop there. It just so it makes a nicer connection to the road rather than being all skew-whiffy and making strange bumps and lumps and bumps. Right, this can be a little access road. We don't really care. At the moment, it's going to get replaced with trains. And we could maybe upgrade that little section there. That looks tidier. We may keep the remnants of our old truck line in there, so that eventually we went from trucking to train freight. Tidy that. Oh, you're doing it again, aren't you? You just can't help yourself. Yep, just leave it alone. We'll do detailing when we've paid for this giant train. Do we have a connection now? Have they stopped moaning? Well, they weren't moaning. Yes, that's it. We can hit play. Right, hopefully we gain some funds now. We've still got to build. We're not done. But we are heading up there. Now, the question is, where do we want to run with this? We could branch off early and head up this way and around that side and come down like that. Which would, in fact, suggest that we don't even come past here. But where's the fun in that? We want a nice train ride, don't we? And then we can just make an excessively long train, or a realistically long train, to take our freight all the way around here. Our trucks are going to have to figure themselves out. I do like this that we've got going on. This needs to be not to that, though. We need to upgrade, which is going to cost us a ridiculous amount of money, but it looks better. There we go. Isn't that nice? We're not doing it all yet, though. It definitely looks like we can bridge across. That is nice to see. We can come down a little bit further, not that much, but we can come down and then bridge across, maybe? I mean, it's sort of nice, isn't it? Wow, that's got some serious height to it. We can probably come down even more. I would like to go over the top. I mean, I would like to go over the top in my building as well as over the track. Well, that is really steep. We might just head down here. I mean, that makes more sense, doesn't it? I mean, we're not going down very quickly. It depends how a bridge over here would look. It's sort of nice, but it's super high. Look, we're not even close to meeting this road. Dear, oh dear. Yeah, you can't go down any more aggressive. You can there. Oh, you can make a nice bit of... Yes, do you know what? We've got kind of an embankment going on. I do like it. I do like the extra road. And is that too steep? Not really. Not considering that's heading off up into the mountains. Do we like that? Completely unnecessary, really. Oh, and so is this. What you're doing? Leave it alone. Wait until we can make some money. Oh dear, man. Right, we're not connected up here. I love the way I'm doing all of this, and I've not even checked if this station reaches those two. I think it will. That's what I'm going with. Yes. Okay, let's get these roads connected, these access roads, and moment of truth will be, well, will we connect? I'm going to say it's not really something to worry about. We're definitely going to connect in there. This can be quite steep. I mean, we're never going to actually use it with our vehicles. It's just to connect to the factories. But we do want it in there anyway. I mean, that can go straight scenery-wise and flat. And then we can make some little sections here. Perhaps put some fake industry in there. Later on, some assets. That's really steep, isn't it? Let's wiggle our way down. Just a little bit. We'll come around this way and start heading down up there. Only need one of them to connect. I think that is nicer. Yeah, that's not too bad, is it? Do you know what I'm tempted to do, don't you? Yeah, leave it. Leave it. Okay, we're in that side. Do we reach? I think it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Yes, easily. In fact, you reach the truck station as well. Now then, we need the same going on here, because I don't think we reach both, do we? No, we don't. We need an access road on this side. So we can draw a line here. Does it do it nice? It's not bad. There is even more beautiful. It even gets rid of the jaggies. Oh, isn't that lovely? I guess when it leaves these jaggies in, then I'm not close enough. That's a bit of trial and error right there. It's going to cost us a small fortune to put an access road in, which means we're going to need to come off here, and hopefully it won't destroy our little road going down. It doesn't. And then we can just connect up, I guess. Give it a bit of a curve that way. We even connect into the side there. So we're definitely going to reach it. There's a lovely road. And, moment of truth, we're connected to everything. It's beautiful. So how has the scenery already changed? There we go. That's a little bit different. Where were we at the beginning of the episode? Somewhere like that. It's a bit different, isn't it? It looks very industrialized now. Oh, you're beautiful. Right then, let's get this track. We want to come into the side of the road, I'm hoping, and run alongside it. It's on a bit of a grade, isn't it? We definitely want to be here. The stone shunt is going to go up that way, and I would like to keep it flat, and then we can go up where those trees are somewhere. And if we are going to take it a little bit scenic-y, yes, then we want to hug this section, don't we, and have us cut into the side there and then just see how it works from there. But this, we're just going to go alongside the road. I mean, it's only our trucks that see that, and they're vanishing eventually. We sort of have the height to get up to that bridge though, don't we? We do. If we keep that straight. I don't know. Let's connect up to that bridge and see what it does. I mean, it's a nice viaduct, but it's a bit excessive. I'd prefer it to be that. A viaduct would cost us less. That's interesting. It would also limit our speed, but that looks ridiculous. But a viaduct, I mean, it's just excessive, isn't it? Would it be realistic though? Not really. I mean, would you do that, or would you have an embankment? You sort of would, wouldn't you? You know what? We're having an embankment. I'm willing, though, guys, to change it to a viaduct if that's the general consensus down in the comments. I'd be happy to change that to a nice viaduct. It would be kind of cool, so don't smooth it, because you don't know the answer yet, Mr. T. Right then, get up here. We need to bring this down and save some cash on this, because we just spent a small fortune on a road, on a piece of track that didn't need to be quite as flamboyant as you were. What's going on here? Are we heading up? What are we doing there? We don't want to head up, really, do we? No, I don't know what you're doing there, Grand. You had an idea. You kind of just want to run flat. 80 should do us. We're not going to have very fast trains on here. We're going to have freight trains that carry a ridiculous amount of goods at a steady speed, shall we say. We want to cut round the lay of the land here. Where's our contour line? Oh, look at that. Almost. I mean, it's going to be a bit tight round here, though. That's the only issue. We do want to start heading down. Yeah, that's what we want to be doing, isn't it? Rather than heading straight there, we want to be starting to come down. Meet the other track we've got. We've got an unnecessary wiggle there for a start. Right, if we pick a fixed grade, I still think it's going to be a little bit snug round here. We don't need to be even going down that steep. But we will. We will. It might make us a nice cutting. Oh, there we go. That's lovely. And then we can make our way down the side here, can't we? Yeah, we're gradually coming down, which means we should be able to meet up with the stone shunting line. We'll just keep it not too wiggly. We can always fill in the gaps, but we're on a gentle slope, aren't we? As long as we don't make any unnecessary bridges. We're coming down. All right. Now, moment of truth is going to be, can we get into there? I don't mind a little tunnel. That might add to the scenery. But you don't need it. What you will need is a junction here. And then you can do the rest, because we would like this flat. Let's branch off here. That's the only reason it's double tracked up here, because I don't think the stone shunting line is going to require double tracking. So what we can do there is send it over to a single track, or have a pretend sidings like we do. How does that look? We could use Shift M and N just to get it looking a little smoother. In fact, what we could do is take that section back a little further, allow the game a little more room to make it a gentle glide down to the junction there. It's beautiful, and the speed isn't too bad, is it? No, 73 is the lowest there. We are going to double track this. I've decided. It might not need to be double tracked, but we have to remember our steel train is going to be heading up there. We have a new train, a new loco. It is the AE47 Swiss train. Guys, that's going to be running our mountain railway. If you're wondering why it hasn't been electrified and high-speed tracked, that was because of all the issues with the storm. I will get around to doing that, and we'll make it look fantastic. But that is going on our mountain railway. That's going to replace our steam loco there. Guys, I think we're connected. We need to signal this up. But we got the initial thing in. I like this. I like this a lot. I mean, we've got some tidying up to do, but let's not waste money on unnecessary stuff, as we want to get our train in. Which means this is technically the end of the yard. We're just going to use semaphores for now. I need to look up some signals that are on the left. I love the UK ones, but they're very UK. So yes, two-way. This is the yard exit technically onto the branch line. And yes, this is the stone shunt, isn't it? There we go. There's the yard exit. We can have a couple here, but we can go with dwarf signals, as they're exiting onto a branch line. These are exiting onto more of the yard. So we'll have those two-way and just put them in there like that. There we go. Now we need entry to the yard, which will be a mainline signal. And we do want this one-way. There, that should cover all our bases up that end. We might have some blocking eventually. Let's leave it a little way away from the switch there. We'll have this one close, and we'll have this one a little further away, as we are coming downhill for a start, and at, I would say, speed, right? 70 odd kilometers an hour. That would give us a chance to reserve the junction here over the slower, because we're probably just going to be pulling off from the station here. Shunting service coming down there. I like that. We'll probably get some blocking in here eventually. Now we need some signals down here. Not really required, as that's just depot access. We might need to eventually have that operating. I don't know how we'd do that, but we might need it, because we could get onto the slow track somehow. I don't know how we'll do that. We can kind of get over there now. But we can sort that out when the need arises. We want one going that way. We might need to increase the capacity of this junction, especially with long trains. But we can adjust our line as we're doing it. This is what's blocking this entire bit. This entry signal and that blocking signal. That's this one's entry to the yard area. Let's get us... We're going to double track this. I believe I said that last time out. As long as it looks lovely, it does. As it might be the passing point. I'm going to say we're eventually going to need 2 big coal trains running down here, because it's a long distance and it's going to take us a lot of big trains. We've still got the money though. We're going to need this is where we're going to come in. Can we keep it kind of quick? Yeah, there we go. 50. Lovely. 50 kilometers an hour. We got that up there. We're going to need a blocking signal just here. Lovely. And we've got our blocking signal here. Those 3 signals all guard the bridge, and we'll reserve them depending on who's there first. I am going to move these. That's not quite halfway. I think we'd be better off somewhere like there, where that bush is, like a marker. And then we can maybe afford us a train and just get it running. That will be a good start, right? We'll get the blocking in there and there. We'll delete those 2 there. That's a little bit closer to halfway, I think. You could probably still go a little way over. Well, I think that was halfway. I don't know. It's hard to tell because this curves round, doesn't it? Okay, we're in. Leave it alone. It's not important at the moment. The question is, when we put a train on here... Oh, quick, pause it while we've got millions in the bank. Let's set up a line. Will it work? Will the line actually work? I don't know. I might have missed a few signals. It's going to be coal coloured. We'll go with that. Like a dark black. Dark grey even. Dark black. Yeah, black tends to be quite dark. You've not quite used the right station. You weren't far off. I want you to use that one if possible, which is 4. There we go. As long as you can use it. We'll follow the line. Make sure everything is beautiful. It does use the bypass track. That is wonderful. This section we might need to work on. And we probably will. Oh, I thought the coal train was heading down there. That's our mountain railway, isn't it? Then we join in with the logging train. And then we branch off and head into the coal mine up there. Alright guys, that leaves us one thing to do. I don't know what happened to my voice there. But yes, I'm excited. That's what happened. We're going to pick this one here. I think we can get out there and onto the coal line. We're not having a top speedy train. We want something with good power and not worry about speed. 60 kilometers an hour. That does 1.1. And, oh, that one does 1.3 and 100. That might be worth it. It's got 130 kilonewtons of torque, power, tractive effort, not torque. Right then, that one's got better tractive effort, but that's only to get going in Transport Fever. As long as you can get moving, it switches to power. What is this train? Because this is the new one, or newish one. It unlocked in 1920. It is a good steam. Come on, read the words that are in front of you, man. It's a goods train steam locomotive of the Austrian Federal Railways. I know we're in Switzerland, but ignore that bit. This series was developed in 1916 because the existing goods locomotives were too weak and too slow to transport the 1,600 tons of coal. Coal? Well, I mean, that's kind of decided it for us. This was an actual coal train. What are you going on? Can we afford to double head this and just go straight up? Massive train. There's only one way to face. I mean, the wagons are not going to be as expensive. We've got our gondolas here. How many can we get? Let's go to town on this. We're having them all unified colour. We're not going to mess around with different colours. Let's keep going. If we can spend 19 million, I'll take it. It's not... I don't think we're going to reach the desired length or capacity that we want. But how much are we up to? Okay. If we can get to station size, which is what, 320? Oh, come on. Really? Well, one less. We're going to get it on. It's 316 meters. It's got a capacity of 224. It's a good start. It's double-headed. It about keeps up even on high grades. Empty. I don't think we've got to worry too much about it being full with grades. Just the spiral. If it can get up the spiral or the helix, then we're good to go, right? It's a beefy little loco, this. We're doing it, guys. We're blowing all of our money. 18.6 million. We're not done with it. A single loco wouldn't pull that, and I'm not taking it out to find out. Because eventually, what I want to do is, as we've got the funds, we're so close. Look at that, 373, 334. As we get the funds, I'm going to keep throwing wagons on there until the line rate is about 200. And then we can double the train once we're done with that. What do you reckon? That's the plan. If all of this goes according to plan, that is. Line 1, that's a fantastic name for the line. You didn't do anything with the line name there, did you? No. See what you can see. Line 1. What are we calling this? Interlaken coal freight. Nice and easy. That's better, isn't it? Is that what we want to call that? No, we want to call that Zweisimmen coal mine. That's what we're calling that. Makes sense, doesn't it? And what do we want to call that? Interlaken. Oh, I don't know. Yard. Freight yard. There we go. Interlaken freight yard. There's only going to be one, isn't there? Pretty much. Yes. Done. Interlaken freight yard. I like that. Right. Are we going to get to see the train? Is that how we're ending it? I think so. Let's just doubly make sure we have a full load by managing the line, and we'll put the coal mine, conveniently named, on wait till full. Hopefully this is going to trigger, then we'll quickly go and look at the train coming out of the depot. That's how we'll end it, with a little bit of a ride. And no coal. We've got an issue. Oh, there it goes. Patience, Grand. Patience. All right, let's go find our train. Where's our train? Where's our train? Come on, get it. There it is. Let's take a look at our train coming out the depot. Do you know what we could do to end this one? If we come back up here. Oh, let's just take a look at it coming out. And then we can get on board, I guess. There she is. Or they are. Double-headed locos. Wow, that sounded awesome. Okay, you've got a lot of wagons on the back. We're in the red. I shouldn't worry about that too much. Maybe it's a gamble. Next time out, we're going to find out how much that's going to make us. We're actually nearly coming out of debt. That's fantastic. We do have our big money trains running. This might be another big money earner for us. How much is it going to earn for us? I'm hoping a lot. I'm hoping it's a real good profit margin. Anyway, we've almost got enough for that. Put that other wagon on, haven't we? No. Boo, hiss boo. Right then. Let's get on board, shall we? And that's how we'll finish. I don't know what camera angles we've got. Not very good ones. Ooh, that's nice. Yes-ish. Maybe we can go up here. I'll have to do the Alt-Tab trick. I've still not figured out why Alt-Tabbing. There's your stutter. And then I'll Alt-Tab. And then look, nice and smooth. That makes absolutely zero sense. We're borrowing the station to pass through. But that's been it. I hope you enjoyed that build. We've finally got our coal train on. When we come back, early on in the episode, I'm hoping, we'll take a bit more of a ride and a look around this train. Make sure it's got the power to get up the helix. We'll also see whether it's money worth spending on another one. Because if this one is barely keeping us afloat, then doubling up on it might be a bit of an issue. This early on, anyway. We'll see. We'll see. I honestly think it's going to make us a small fortune. We've got to prove that, haven't we? And we're going to do it fairly quickly as well. It's going to cost us a fortune to pay for this train to get all the way to the coal mine before it makes its first run. So hopefully it gets us out of temporary debt. I think it's money well spent. Okay, guys, enjoy the little bit of a train ride. We'll do some better train rides with it once it's up and full size. And we can see what parts of the track need tidying up as well. Alright, until next time, take care.